Hi folks, Greeno here. Where am I today? Well, I am in Dorchester, down in Dorset, and I've come out for lunch with Mrs. Greeno. Little date afternoon. Where have I come? Well, I've come to this place. It's called Found. It's a little bistro type place. They do small plates, sharing plates, that kind of thing, and it's supposed to be excellent. It's quite a new business. They've only been going just over a year or so. They've got 30 reviews on TripAdvisor, and 27 of them are 5-star. I mean, that pretty much tells a story, doesn't it? This should be excellent quality. I like the colour scheme too. Green everywhere. So come on, let's get inside and find out what it's all about. Right then folks, so we have come in and we have been seated. I'm here with Mrs. Greeno for lunch today, and they've got a really nice looking menu here. I'll run through them on screen with you, but there is a sort of a menu of the day. There's a sandwich menu. We've actually picked one of the options off of that to go with our mains, and then a kind of starters and small plates kind of thing, and we've gone pretty hard on this one, to be honest with you. The ambience of the place is really nice in here. It's nicely set out, kind of minimalist furniture-wise. Just wood and metal and whatever. There's a green theme to the restaurant, which I quite like. You can see behind me, look, green wall. There's green walls everywhere. So that fits in with Greeno Eats, doesn't it? Service has been very, very nice so far as well. Very relaxed. I'm enjoying the experience thus far. What do we know about this place? Found by Found and Fine. So it kind of focuses on the small plates. That is its mainstay, really. And it's based around locally sourced, locally grown, and even foraged ingredients. Big focus on that, big focus on seasonality, that sort of thing. And it's an independent, so fingers crossed we're going to get something great here today. What have we ordered? Well, let's run through it. A couple of little starter plates, some fried smoked cheese with black walnut, sounds interesting. And a gougere with pear and blue bonnet. I don't know what blue bonnet is. We'll find out. Hopefully it's not come off a car. The gougere is kind of like a savoury profiterole, kind of cheesy kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to that. From the small plates, we've ordered a ham hock croquette that comes with pickled cherry and Roscoff onion. That sounds delicious. And buttermilk pheasant, smoked garlic aioli and a blackened spice. Now, you get quite a lot of pheasant around these parts. It's quite a big area for shooting, that kind of thing. So we'll have to look out just in case there's any sort of lead shot in the pheasant if it's been shot in a local farmer's field. Also gone for one sandwich, like I said, off the menu here. Smoked salmon, house pickles, fried capers, whipped feta and fresh horseradish. That sounds like a flavour explosion to me. So, got a drink. This is a rhubarb and raspberry. Got like a sparkling water with those flavours added in. Very nice indeed. So time to sit back, relax with these cushions all around me and wait for the food to arrive. This job's tough sometimes. Mrs. Greeno ordered a flat white with oat milk. Don't know how you milk an oat, but how's the coffee, dear? Amazing coffee. Okay, very good. Right, our little starter plates have arrived, and look how cute these look. So we've got 5 little, these are the fried cheese, a fried smoked cheese with black walnut on the top. And don't they look perfect? And then we have these little gougere, little profiterole type things, stuffed with cheese and what looks a bit like a sort of slice of gherkin or something in there. So that should be really interesting. So I'm going to start with the fried smoked cheese. God, it almost seems like a shame to disturb them, doesn't it? It just looks so perfect like that. So we're just going to go in and bite them. We've got a side plate here for stuff, but come on, we're not going to stand on ceremony here, are we? God, it just looks like a tiny little donut, but I know it's got gooey melted cheese inside. Yum. That is lovely and warm. The coating on the outside is really thin, but it's got a nice little crisp to it. The inside, lovely and gooey. And this kind of black walnut thing gives it a real sharpness. It's almost vinegary. I'm going to try that kind of by itself. Yeah, it's almost got a sharpness to it and a nuttiness. It's a really clever little combination. Cheese and nuts, I think, works together quite well anyway. That's delicious. Move on to these little gougères. Again, they look very pretty, not quite as pretty as the little cheese balls, but really kind of sweet looking little things. Really nice looking cook on them too. These are just like little canapes, aren't they? Now, I did that in 2 bites, but what do you reckon with this one? It's got to go in one, isn't it? Otherwise it's just going to squirt cheese everywhere, so let's give it a try. It's like a really posh cheese spread sandwich. The little gougère itself is cheesy. It's had cheese baked into it, into the choux pastry. You've got the little gherkin layer and this sort of creamy cheese inside. It just tastes like a sandwich. Let's take a look inside one of them so you can actually see what's going on. If I can pick one up here. It's a mucky affair. So there we go. So you can see inside the little gougère there. That's been baked with cheese inside it. You have the little sort of pickly thing there and the cream cheese element. I'm going to eat another one. Such a clever little thing. It does just taste like a cream cheese sandwich, but with a little more of a smoky element to it from the baking of that gougère. Greeno is a happy boy. Well guys, if those little cheesy amuse-bouche starter things are a sign of things to come, we're in for a really good lunch here. Oh yes. So here we have the Buttermilk Pheasant, and underneath there is a garlic aioli and some spices. It's called blackened spice, and it kind of smells a little bit like almost like an Old Bay seasoning or something along those lines. But again, very nicely presented. I do like this crockery it's in. Very simple but effective presentation. So, going to be a bit more civilised now. We are going to go in with the knife and fork. You know, we're in fairly posh company, I think. So it's quite a nice little portion here of the pheasant. I'm going to get one of the bits that's down here in the aioli already. Cut it open so we can see inside. And there you can see that pheasant meat. So this should be a little gamier than you'd find with chicken or turkey or any of those sort of regular poultries you get. Got a nice coating to it, almost looks like KFC coating, but I bet it doesn't taste like KFC coating. Good smell. Now the one thing you have to be careful of when eating pheasant, like I said before, around here a lot of them are shot, so you have to be careful in case there's pellets of lead inside, so don't bite down too hard or you might need a trip to the dentist. Oh my goodness. That is so tender, so flavoursome. The spice has got a real kind of fierceness to it. The coating is kind of a bit like a sort of KFC blend of herbs and spices, but with a lot more intensity. The garlic aioli here just adds that garlic and a little bit of creaminess to it, and the meat itself is super moist. My goodness. If you were to put me in a pub with a couple of pints and a big bowl of this, Greeno would be a happy boy. Okay, let's move on. Here we have the ham croquette. So let me put the cutlery down a second. As you can see here, we have like a cherry gel. There's cherries on the top, and around this side we have the Roscoff onion. A little crispy sage leaf on the top. Again, a really nice, simple but effective presentation. So I'm going to cut into the middle of it so we can see what it's all about. Very crispy. Oh, can you see all the pulled meat in there? Look at that. That is proper, isn't it? So I'm going to try it first by itself. Just get a little bit of that. Oh, that ham looks great. Again, really nice crispy breading to it. Let's give it a try. As I expected, that ham has got such an intensity of flavour. Wow. We're going to get some of this cherry, we're going to get some of that cherry gel, and a little bit of this onion, and have everything together. There's peppercorns there. Look at that. What a bite that's going to be. That's so clever. The ham is intense, it's salty. The outside, the crispy coating, the breadcrumbing, gives that texture. The cherry, intensely sweet. The onion, it has a sweetness but also a savoury note, which kind of just draws everything in together and balances the dish out. I'm going to have a little bit more of this. Don't worry, Mrs. Greeno, I will save you the other half. I just want to get stuck into that a bit. Okay, time for the sandwich. I'm going to refer to the menu again, because as I recall, this had a wide variety of ingredients that I don't want to miss out on any of them. So, we have smoked salmon, house pickles, fried capers, whipped feta, and fresh horseradish. And you can see that all over the top, actually. The horseradish has been grated over there with what looks like some lemon zest too. The whipped feta has been piped on. We've got the smoked salmon on top, some sort of pea shoot type things, all on that lovely sourdough bread, and a really vibrant, colourful salad to go with it at the end as well. Again, it's one of those things that kind of just looks almost too pretty to want to eat it, but it won't stop me. So, let's cut into this, cut a piece off if I can. Of course, sourdough is quite a tough bread, if you like, you know. There we go. So I can see here on the top as well, we've got fennel, the pickles here, all sorts of good stuff. So let's just try a big bite of this if I can. Wow. The first thing I get is that lemon, which marries beautifully with the smoked salmon. Now I'm going to come around and get a bit with the pickle on. That really works. Little sweetness, little vinegariness. You've got some feta here. It's quite clever the way they've arranged this. Even though there's a lot of different things going on, they're kind of placed in slightly different places on the sandwich. So every bite you're getting different flavour profiles. That feta adds a creaminess, a little saltiness. It's so clever, and there's lemon over everything, and the lemon balances everything out. That is great. That really is good. A sandwich is a sandwich in a lot of places, isn't it? This isn't. This is elevated to another level. Really, really clever flavour combinations, and the way it's been set out on a sandwich. That's amazing. Right then, folks. Everything has been spectacular so far, so we couldn't leave without trying one of the desserts. There's not a lot of room for dessert right now, but they've got a found blackberry and apple crumble. blackberries foraged themselves. On top of here, we've got some sort of seeds. There's what looks like pumpkin seeds and sesame seeds on the top. And this that looks a bit like cream is actually like aerated custard, like an espuma. So, I mean, it's another one of these things. It looks so pretty, it's a shame to kind of ruin it, but I'm still gonna. So we're gonna go in, try some of this custard first. So it should be light and fluffy. What it is. It's like a custard flavoured kind of mousse. This is another one of those things. Fill a bathtub with it and stick me in it. Come back in a couple of days. That's mad. Absolutely mad. Right, let's dig down into this and get some of this fruit out as well. So if you come in a little bit closer and take a little look at what we've got on the spoon there. So you can see the blackberry has coloured the apple where it's all been stewed together. Nice kind of chunky crumble and this fluffy aerated custard. Do you know how I can tell this is really, really good? I can taste cinnamon in that crumble and I don't care. You all know my views on cinnamon. The fruit, lovely. It's got a little bit of sharpness from that blackberry. Not too much sugar added into the stewed fruit. But there is a bit of sugar in that crumble topping. It's almost like a granola kind of crumble. But that custard, Jesus, that's the star of the show. Mrs. Greeno, you're going to have to stop filming this, because otherwise I'm going to eat a lot and you won't get any. Someone's not sharing anymore. Wow, 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 wow. What a great lunch I've just had. Oh my goodness. I mean, very few things kind of blow me away. There are certain things I think are very, very good out there. That place has just blown me away. Absolutely. That custard espuma on top of that crumble is one of the best things I've ever eaten. It really is. I mean, for me to ignore the fact there's cinnamon in a dessert and wolf it down, well, as much as I could before Mrs. Greeno got her hands on it, obviously. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, the little cheesy things to start with were fabulous. The sharing kind of things that we had with the little croquette, the open sandwich, the pheasant, all of them perfect balances of flavour, beautiful textures, really well executed, thought out dishes. Incredible. Score. Do you know what? For the first time ever on this channel, we're going to go with a 5+. I can't just give it a 5 out of 5 because I've given other things a 5 out of 5 that weren't as good as this. This was next level. If you're in Dorchester and you want something good to eat, I mean, it's not even that expensive. We've paid £53.05 for that lunch. For the little starters, the 3 main dishes, the pudding, coffee and a soft drink, £53.05 for that kind of quality. Outstanding. No service charge on the bill. We left a fairly healthy tip though because the service was great. So, does it get Greeno's green light? What do you reckon? Of course it does. The decor's green and there's a big green light above the door too. Absolutely phenomenal. It's called Found. What a great find it is. Right then folks, if you've enjoyed this review of Found here in Dorchester, don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me. It does help. And if you really enjoyed this episode, why not check back through some of the back catalogue? There's about 250 videos in the vault now, I think. Hopefully there's some more in there you'll enjoy and you'll want to subscribe and join the journey. Anyway, where to next? It's going to have to go some to beat this place, let me tell you. We'll have to find out where on the next video though. I'll see you then.